Welcome, Cancer. This is your monthly focus for March 2023. So let's dive right into it. We'll start with the astrology, and on March the 2nd, Mercury moves into Pisces. Now, for you, we're looking at our ninth house. So get adventurous in your imagination, in your creativity. When it comes to relying on your intuition, this is a time when you're going to seek knowledge. You're going to be thinking about it. You're going to be talking about it. You're going to be communicating about it. Your dreams will become more vivid, absolutely. And your thoughts will open up, come alive under the Piscean energy. For you, it's about learning experiences. It's about travel experiences. It's about stepping into an approach to your dreams, your desires, your wants. You'll find solutions under this energy where you never would have thought of considered before, different actions or different words or different settings, environments, in order to find solutions to your problems. This is when fresh ideas can come in. This could involve travel, and you learn something through your traveling adventures, absolutely. But I also want you to, for the month of March, to really think, especially over the first couple of weeks, about your best life ever and what that looks like in every aspect of it. Okay? Your work and career and your travel experiences, your friends, family, relationships, your spirituality, your health, your well being, and look at your best life ever. Okay? And start putting it into your thoughts. Because what happens is on March the 7th, Saturn moves into Pisces as well. So now Saturn is there with you, saying, if that's what you truly want, let's make a plan of action. Let's get it done. Let's make it a reality. So, yes, we have a window of opportunity for the law of attraction, for manifestation at its best. So, think about what you truly want. And you may find solutions where you never thought you would look for solutions before, and how it comes together. So, Saturn comes in and gives us this balance, this structure to our dreams. On March the 7th as well, the full moon will be in Virgo. For you, that's a 3 energy, so very much about transformation, very much about what we want to transform. And we'll get practical, we'll get organized under this time. And we can get lost in our thoughts about dreaming about the future and what we truly want in our future. And I think we find even more of a voice, and we're communicating it even more of what we need to close in our life, what we need to let go of, put completion on, as well as our new beginnings, our new starts. On March the 12th, and no one's really talking about this, which kind of blows me away, but Jupiter conjuncts Chiron. And I thought, well, that doesn't happen often in the sky because Chiron is a slow mover, so is Jupiter. It's got to be like maybe once every 10, 12 years that this would happen. So why isn't everybody just jumping all over this one? But anyways, it brings in this great healing. Now, I would have to say for you, in some way, this great healing comes in the work arena for you, your career. Okay, this is where there's healing involved. Maybe you thought that you you needed A, B, and C to be in place before you could go forward in the career of your choice. And Jupiter comes in and conjuncts Chiron, and this great healing happens, and you find out that you're okay. That you've got you to rely on. That I would have to say it's some kind of scar. It's some kind of deep healing that happened perhaps in the workplace. Or maybe somebody stopping you from actually going after your dream in the way you wanted to or want to in the present tense. So this can open up great doors of opportunity because we understand during that transit what walls we have built that we don't even know they're there. We just put them there and they kept us safe, and we don't even realize it as we go through our day throughout our day-to-day experiences that that wall is actually in place keeping us from our higher purpose, our career, our choice career, the one that fills us with passion, desire. On March the 16th, Venus enters Taurus. For you, well, Venus is more into new associations, new groups of people, inviting them into your world. You see the beauty, you see, and you want beauty to come into your world. Also, money, okay? You also want money to come into your world under a Venus energy, but it's through other people. So maybe you are opening up a business, and or you're a guest speaker. Somehow money flows through these groups of people to you. So however that may work, maybe, and it might not be in the form of money. It might be in compliments or praise. Okay, maybe you hosted an event and so it was, everything was out of pocket for you, but you hosted it because it was your turn, or but you really made it nice and everybody's complimenting you and remembering you and giving you more respect, and so you gain in stature within the community by these actions. It could be stuff like that that happens in your life. March 19th, Mercury enters Aries. So Mercury was only in there for a couple of weeks, right? Now it moves into Aries. For you, that is career. So we are talking about our career, our path forward. We are filled with passion. We express our ideas with passion. And so if you're going for a bank loan or something like that to get your business off the ground, this is a time because you have so much passion. Or be the speaker for it. And talk about your dreams and what you're creating, or what what service you offer, or how you can be of service to something or something. Okay, your words, your passion will seal any deal, for goodness sakes. And you'll have flashes of insight. Okay, fresh solutions on how to go forward. And maybe fresh solutions for things that have been holding over your head too long. So once again, there's these walls you don't even know they exist. And I think March will be the time when that wall comes crumbling down for you, if you choose to embrace the energy. On March the 20th, the sun moves into Aries. This is the beginning of the astrological year. So it's about brand new. It's about new starts, new beginning as we start going around the astrological wheel. We start with the sun in Aries on March the 20th. Now, on March, oh my gosh, Milo, that was so pleasant. Thank you for that. On March the 21st, hi, baby. On March the 21st, the new moon. So you know how the new moons, the full moons have been at 16 degrees, which this one is again. And the new moons have been at 1 degrees. Well, it doesn't even make it to 1 degrees. It's 0 degrees and 48 minutes or something like that in Aries. So this is, for you, sun in Aries, moon in Aries, that is for you work and career. That is for you the new beginnings, really stepping into it, or stepping more into it, or expanding it in some way. If you're already doing that in your life, there's this expansion. The sun shines on your career. The sun shines on, responsibilities and obligations, absolutely, but making the plan, building the strategy. These are all things that you want to be doing for the month of March. So I've been telling a lot of people to pray and journal and meditate. But for you, well, if you're going to meditate, then meditate on how you are going to grow this passion, this desire. If you haven't stepped into it yet, this is the time to step into it. If you have stepped into it, but it's smaller than you can anticipate it being one day, this is when it really gets energy to move forward in a bold, exciting, spontaneous kind of way. Absolutely. Now, March 23rd, Pluto will enter Aquarius. Now, it's only going to be there for 3 months. Then it goes back, but then it comes back for the next couple of decades. So it's a big thing. So Pluto going into Aquarius. Now for you, you're really going into a time of the mystic in you, absolutely. But a huge transformation, a huge time of transformation. This is life and death, death and rebirth. This is about digging for the truth. And this is where you find your power, okay? So where Pluto goes is where you find your power. So this is where you find how to diversify. This is where you find what empowers you, what moves you forward. And for you, it's about the truth. It's about being of service in some way. I find that each of you will have a very personal experience on this. Now, you could be finding truths, or maybe putting out the truth. Maybe that's you. You're putting it out to the world. Maybe you're a doctor and you're putting out videos now, or podcasts, or you're doing blogs about different health aspects, and being of service to other people by teaching them new ways, and I could see things like that evolving. And it's black and white kind of stuff. There's not a lot of gray in what you were doing. So when you know it kind of stuff. So anyways, pay very close attention what is shown to you over the next several months. Because that is going to, it's kind of showing you little snapshots of the different scenes in the movie, right? It's showing you little snapshots of the next 20 years of your life. And where you are going to step, if you choose to embrace the energy, which I would definitely go with, because that is your power. So yeah, and it could involve technology, absolutely, and using technology. Maybe you invent something that changes the world for something through an electronic device or things like that, or an app, or sky's the limit. We talked about the new moon and the full moon, and lastly, on March 25th, Mars enters your sign. So this is your warrior. This is the guy who wants to go forward. Now, being in your sign he's going to be comfortable, but he's really going to be dynamic in moving you forward in the path that you choose. So towards the end of the month, you will really understand how you can start taking steps to actually take that thought and make it a reality, or start making it a reality. Okay, you have Saturn in there helping you, and over the first couple of weeks, you really devise that best life ever, or that best scenario ever when it comes to work and career. Let's get to the cards. So there's a lot of energy that you'll be going through, and I'm kind of excited for you, because it could really set you on a path that just explodes for you into exactly what you wanted, but so much more than that. Okay, our shadow card. Look at that. We have the devil. It's been intense for everybody, okay? So you're just not being excluded is all. It's intense for everybody this month. The devil is here to say, okay, we need to burn away what no longer works. We need to be the phoenix rising out of the ashes. So a phoenix grows till old age bursts into flames, turns into ash, and then through those ashes, the rebirth of the phoenix. Okay, so it's like a rebirth for you. And we'll see where. I'm thinking it's mainly in work and career for you, but it could be elsewhere as well. So the devil is here, and that's the undercurrent The shadow energy of the entire month for you is releasing what no longer works so that you can actually step into the experiences that you want to have in your life, the environments that you want to have in this life, the health, the well-being, the relationships. Now, driving that is the Nine of Pentacles, saying that you've come to a certain point. You've been working kind of on this path all along, maybe unconsciously, consciously, but you kind of know maybe where you're already going, what you already want to push yourself into. But right now maybe it looks impossible. Don't worry, it won't look that way much longer, because you've done all the work that filled your toolbox for your path going forward. Now, the veil is very thin here. Talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, the cosmos. Because you will get back information. You'll ask for signs, you'll ask for clues, you'll get them. They'll download knowledge to you. But you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, you have the experience in order to go forward. You have the wisdom to go forward. And this is an elevated path or a brand new path completely. And how do we do that? We shed the old and we allow ourselves the rebirth. So really there was a lot of, death and rebirth mixed up in some of the planets and what's happening for you. And so, the phoenix rising out of the ashes, Pluto is anyways. So embrace it, allow, go with the flow. When things start to fall away, allow it to fall, knowing that it was meant to in order for you to go forward in some way. The first card. I kid you not. The first card for you is the Fool. The new journey. That you don't need anything more than you already have in order to go forward, in order to step into this path. This is about brand new challenges. This is the excitement, the anticipation. Now, when we look at the unknown, okay, when we were really little and we looked at the unknown, that was anticipation, right? We couldn't wait. Oh my gosh, is it going to be scary? Is it going to be funny? We don't know. And it was the anticipation. But slowly, society taught us that, well, maybe that's not anticipation. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe you should pull back from that. Doesn't look safe to me. And so when it comes to stepping into the unknown, taking a chance on ourselves, going forward in a way that we want to, but we haven't been there before, so we don't know. Know that could just be anticipation. Especially with the Fool card out there. It's such a young, beautiful, individualistic energy. Judgment. Wow, you're getting solid energy. I'm telling you that much. Judgment. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being so judgmental. Stop passing judgment over ideas or ways of going forward. Ideas presented to you. Okay, just don't say no, that'll never work, but investigate it. You have a lot of energy to investigate. And that will be your Pluto energy, the investigation and the understanding. So judgment is here to say don't pass judgment too quickly on anybody, especially yourself. Please, we can be our worst enemies for that. And we have, oh my gosh, the Magician shows up. What, I want to be a Cancer right now. Oh my gosh. The Magician is here. The Magician says, what is your wish? It will be granted. So make sure that you are putting detail into that. Make sure that you are growing that wish, that desire, that want in your life. It doesn't mean that we don't have to roll up our sleeves and get to work ourselves, but things will just go with the flow if we believe. We believe in the outcome. And the outcome will happen exactly as you see it or better when we just let go of the doubt and fall in love with the magic. For work, Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles for work and career. Now with the Two of Pentacles, we hold a pentacle in each hand. And there is a ship coming in on each side of us. to two separate ports. And we need to make a decision about what ship we are going to step on. One is one form, the other is obviously a second choice. Now, this is a time when we definitely don't want it to just take care of itself. We don't make a decision, and things, life happens, and we find ourselves in this one or that one. This card represents that both decisions are good choices. There's nothing that really separates them from good or bad. They're both good choices. The message is that we have to make a decision. We have to be the ones to make a decision. Before those ships set sail again, we need to be on one of those boats. So, where maybe it's worked in the past, if we just ignored it, it would go away, it would work itself out. We don't want to. We want to take control of making the decisions ourselves about how we're going to step forward. And in order to do that, yes, we have to have some personal conversations with ourselves, God, or angels, or spirit guides, the universe, the cosmos. Absolutely. So they're all good choices, but you have to actually make a decision. You don't want to be standing up there still when the ships sail away, because maybe both opportunities might be lost at that point. King of Cups for love, for relationships. There's this strong, almost nurturing and protective, very emotional, kind of intense protection that you could be experiencing with the people that you love the most, or you may feel that people are doing that to you. Okay, you might be on either end, but I almost get it as you're doing it. You're making sure that people are okay. You are making sure that their well-being is good. And that's wonderful and that's beautiful of you. I am going to say, though, to make sure that you're okay before you're making sure everybody else is okay. Because we're only using one card for this, so I don't have extra information here. But there's this nurturing sense about you that is, and I know being a Cancer, you're already kind of like that, so it's almost like yourself on steroids. You're over the top protective about the people you love, the people you care about, making sure they're safe, making sure. And so, I'm going to pull another card for that. This one makes sense. Okay, it's who you are. So it's about taking a time out from doing that for people, knowing that you're going to be doing that going forward again, but just a small time out to take care of you, to make sure that you are being pampered, that you are being loved, that your every desire is coming true, that there is room in your life for giggles and laughter and joy. Okay, so that makes more sense now. Okay, Knight of Pentacles for your spirituality card, and this is just believing that if you make a decision to go forward in a certain way and you just focus on that everything will come together in its own divine timing, and those challenges that you meet are supposed to be there to teach you something so that you can learn, so that you can grow, and just have a true belief that when you finally raise your head and look backwards and look forwards, you realize, I've arrived. Okay? And very much the sense of it is growing your belief within your spirituality, to know that you're protected, to know that they are making a path for you, that they have everything waiting for you as you step forward. And we have the Star card. So making the impossible possible. If you're having any kind of health risk, this is a very good indicator that you can overcome any challenges that you are personally having. But I think more health and well-being, maybe you have been thinking that you're a certain age and it's too late to work out or to improve in any way, and that is definitely not the case. I'm sure, with every doctor out there, that there's certain things that as you age, it happens, but there are many things that you can reverse if you start exercising or eating differently or just changing your routines in some way. So, this is about really understanding that what you thought was impossible. Maybe, you can barely walk anymore. And by the end of the year, you're bicycling. Okay. Um, this is making the impossible possible. What you thought you couldn't do, that was past what you could possibly bring in for health, actually can be. Maybe you're thinking outside the box. Maybe you're talking to other people. So yeah, I would have to say, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your well-being, if you always were that person that couldn't wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, now you kind of can. You work out something that it works within your routine, within your body responding to that time zone, whatever it may be. Or you just couldn't shed that last 20 pounds. Now you find a way. Or you were always filled with worry and now you're doing a gratitude journal and you find out that your life is a lot more optimistic and calmer. So, where you thought there could be no change when it comes to your health, when it comes to your well being, now you see a way forward in making those changes, those actual changes in your life, which will give you a vitality, which will give you a strength. Okay, we'll get a Nature's Whispers card out here. And we have Be Spontaneous, 31. Be spontaneous. So, and I think Aries energy does bring in a certain degree of spontaneity into our lives. So, for you, that could be all about your work, your career, and being a little bit more spontaneous and going after that and taking a risk on you, perhaps. Could be. Wouldn't doubt it, that's for sure. Be spontaneous. Meditate on this for just a few moments. I love these cards. And you can see things within if you look. So it's really cool. When you are busy, rushing, stressed, worried, overwhelmed, it's easy to lose track of the simple things in your world that bring you joy. And this is a huge nudge to remember to create room for fun. Rediscover enthusiasm, fascination through adventure and spontaneous happenings. Engage with your life again and take in your surroundings, observing the importance of living life to the fullest. Decide to do something for the pleasure of it and see where life takes you. Okay, so be spontaneous, have some fun, and bring in happiness and joy into your life going forward. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.